my friend, did you happen to see that? It's big to-do this morning.
You alerted me to this. I had not seen this when you first mentioned it.
It's a battle of the billionaires because Jeff Bezos, who has upset a number of Democrats because he told the Washington Post, your editorials will be focused on economy and whatever. And then he made donations to the Trump campaign. Look, he's trying to get in his good graces. He knows which side his bread is buttered on, right?
Yeah, all these Zuckerbergs, Bezoses.
Right. They know what's up.
They were chummy with Biden, and now they're chummy with Trump.
Yeah, I know, and we're shocked when they do it. So then there was a rumor that came out that said that Amazon was considering putting a byline on their receipts that would show how much the tariffs impacted your final cost. It would be basically, here's the price of your product.
$100.
Here's the taxes that you pay for your state and locality.
$12.
And here's the extra fee because of the tariffs.
$6.
And all of a sudden, it just turned into this giant brouhaha. That rumor was enough to set the White House a tizzy. Oh, indeed, there was a tizzy. So Amazon now has denied the report that said they plan to list the cost of the Trump tariffs next to their total prices of products.
So if the price goes up, the buyer will not know.
Right. So the White House slammed Amazon. Trump makes a call to Jeff Bezos because this is what billionaires do. And so now they're saying, oh, no, we never planned on that. The White House was saying, this is a hostile idea. Hostile.
That apparently Amazon's saying they never plan to do it.
I've begun to notice that anything with which this White House disagrees could be a judge in Milwaukee, could be Jeff Bezos and Amazon. It's hostile. It's terrorist sympathizers. We are really elevating the language very rapidly.
So I guess what Amazon was looking at doing is they were exploring the idea for their online shop for discounted goods, which is called Amazon Haul.
Right.
Which is not the full Amazon website. I don't think I've ever gotten anything off of, I didn't even know Amazon Haul. Yeah. You probably do because you're a Temu guy.
If you go to Amazon.com and then type in /haul afterward, then you find their...
I see it right here.
It's basically like Temu for Amazon.
Yep.
Yeah.
So what do you think the truth is in this? Do you think Amazon was going to do it and the outrage from the White House got them to stop?
I don't think Bezos knew anything about it, to be honest.
Do you think it was really going to happen?
I think maybe somebody was kicking that idea around because they were, I'm going to guess, pure speculation here. I'm going to guess that what they're going to say is, we don't want to raise the prices on our advertisement. So if it was here, hair ties for 35-piece hair ties for women, I'm looking at their website right now, is listed at 49 cents.
Okay.
For 35 hair ties.
Yep.
All right. So, that's about as close to a dime a dozen as you're going to find today. Okay.
Yeah.
So there it is. Crazy low price. They don't want to have to say 35 hair ties, $4.19. They want to be able to say $4.49, even though your final price might be $4.19, right? Because they want to be able to advertise the lower price. So how do we get away with advertising the lower price? And we see this all over. You and I talk about APS all the time. APS is, we have very low rates. Our rates are some of the lowest in the country. We're only charging whatever it is, 12.9 cents per kilowatt hour. I don't even know.
They tack on fees.
And then you get fees.
Lots of
this
fees.
fee and that fee, and some of them are government mandated, and some of them because, we had to try to stop your house from burning down, so we had to throw in a wildfire fee.
You showed me. There's like 911 fees. There's come out and read the meter fees.
There's the don't come out and read the meter fee.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have a fee to read your meter. You also have a fee if they don't have to read your meter.
Yeah. Separate fees.
Totally different fees. So, yeah, they want to be able to advertise. That's my guess. Bezos didn't know that somebody was kicking this idea around. Somebody at the table, somebody was in the know, contacted somebody in the press. They put the story out. It made it to the White House. It becomes a big deal. My question is, why not? Why is this a bad idea? I know that the White House doesn't like it because they're afraid it's going to make them look bad. They think it's political. They say it's hostile, whatever that means. But I made this point this morning. I was talking with Mike Broomhead, who's the host of the eponymously named Mike Broomhead Show. And I said, a few years back, it's probably been a decade or so, there were some Democrats that were trying to figure out how to increase the rake that the government brings in. And they said, what if we were to introduce a value-added tax, the VAT tax, like they have in Europe?
Okay.
So let me give you a quick example of this. Let's suppose that you are going to build a bench for your patio. All right. So you go to the hardware store and you buy lumber and you pay taxes on the lumber.
Yep.
And you buy screws and you pay taxes on the screws.
Yep.
And you buy paint and you buy taxes on the paint. Okay. But if you were to buy that pre-assembled, let's just say you went to the hardware store and they had a bench. You went, ooh, I like that one. You only pay tax one time. And
Correct.
the store doesn't pay tax on the screws and the lumber and the paint and everything else, right?
Yeah.
Value-added tax would say that the store has to pay taxes on all those things as they're assembled.
Ew.
That's how they do it in Europe. Okay. So if that were the case, wouldn't we demand that those numbers would be shown very clearly? Like, here's the cost and here's the VAT tax that got added to your overall price. Just like we do with gas station prices, just like we do with the restaurant. I mean, you've got a subtotal, taxes, and total. What's the problem with showing what the tariff fees are?
Yeah, prices going up either way.
Yeah.
Don't you kind of want to know why?
Isn't that what transparency is all about? How is this any different than if we were to call it a different kind of tax? I'm not seeing it.
Thanks for watching The Chris and Joe Show. Click to see more from Chris and Joe and tap the button in the middle to subscribe to KTAR News.